You gonna help me throw? But you. I didn't think so. Alright, so that time of day, I'm gonna go throw a bit. Feeling pretty stiff. Like low back, knee kind of hurts. So, gotta play it by ear. I don't have a lot of throws I'm gonna take today. Really gonna work on something. I'll show you guys what that's a little bit more like kind of training with a purpose.
1, 2.
Like, I'm not just going out and trying to throw as far as I can. I'm actually going to be working on something. And that thing I'm working on is hammer, and I'm going to work on trying to keep the arms as long as I possibly can. So I'm going to throw the 14 and see how that goes.
And when she covers up, and when she covers up, and if she loves again, she won't love us more. And he will think about his life and his wife, and he's forgetting to make this sacrifice. And if you kiss me once, and when you...
As a thrower, you're gonna have a couple different kinds of practice. I've got practices where I come out and I'm just gonna hit a lot of reps. I've got practices where I need to speed things up and be a little bit more intense and actually hit some bigger throws. And then I've got practices like today where I'm not feeling great. I'm a little beat up from the weekend, but I need some reps. But I also have some specific cues to work on in the hammer. So today, the cue that I'm working on is really just trying to extend my arms as long as possible into the throw. And I'm really gonna over-exaggerate this in some drill work and try to get as long as possible on these throws as I can get, and then finish them the right way. So that's really what I'm going for. Distance isn't a big deal, just want to feel the right thing.
When the doctor says, and when the doctor says, and they might as well bleach the sheets. Wake up, smell the kill, the side for all of us.
And this really is about having a really long push and keeping the shoulders out. The further my shoulders are relaxed and out, the bigger the radius is going to be, the longer I have time to push, the more the ball can accelerate. It's like I said before, think about your hand spinning here and how fast the ball on the end of the string's moving. So this is my hips and my hands are connected to the ball. So I'm trying to keep my hips moving fast and tight while the ball is reaching. And then I've got to find the finish to stomp through. So that's what I'm trying to do, is find that push, find that ability to gain some acceleration. So these are gonna be really, really slow and deliberate pushes and finish.
And then the doctor comes to deliver the news. He might as well tighten strings and make this news. And when the doctor says, and when the doctor says, and they might as well bleach the sheets. Wake up, smell the kill, the side for all of us. Won't you die one more time? This is not your last night on this earth, but you know better to spit back in my face. And this will not be your last night on earth, and you know better to spit back in my face. Wake up and smell the kill inside.
So that's all of it. That's all the throws for today. Took 10 hammer throws. I like what I was starting to feel. Those are pretty easy throws and about a little less than what my normal training throws are. So not too bad. Would have taken more throws, but the knee feels really, really fucking tired. For a mixture of a 2-day competition, travel, and then squats yesterday, as well as some lunges this morning didn't fucking help anything. That's okay. I don't have to compete this week, so it can be a little tired. All in all, good training. We'll go home, do some work trying to rehab the knee, and not feel as shitty. The other problem with throwing hammer too is grip becomes an issue, right? Because I'm using tacky on my hands to hold on to it. There's tacky on the handle, but I'm also fucking raining sweat because it's 100% humidity out. So there's only so many throws I get before like my hands are super saturated and look like they've been in a pool for a while, and then tacky, nothing really works. Also don't like throwing gloves, so I don't need that bit of advice. I don't quite get the same feel on the hammer. All right, head home, rehab. Time for dinner. Gotta cook. Get some shiz done, right? Pretty excited, getting ready to start a backyard project. Putting in a pool. Should be slightly a nightmare, slightly awesome. For those of you interested, those are some of my favorite ways to spice up some food. Sauce from Southern Wild Foods. And rubs from Tactical Calories. Or, yeah, Tacticalories. Tough way to say it, but pretty awesome. It's basically pretty simple. Just spice up my chicken with the lemon pepper and carving house. I mix the two because, well, I'm fucking fancy. Middle class fancy. Rolling real hot. Basically gonna put the chicken on. I'm going to kind of sear it, and then I'm gonna move it off the heat and let it cook to whatever temperature I want. I tend to cook my temperature a little underdone, about 165. That way it has time to sit. Relax. I don't know what temperature, to be honest with you. I'm not using a thermometer. I just try to sound fancy and I lied to you. I'm gonna cook it till it feels medium. And then I'm gonna pull it off and it can sit on the cutting board and keep cooking until it's done. Let that chicken sizzle and then I'll get the vegetables here shortly. Oh, a pro tip is don't overcook your fucking chicken. You're probably gonna meal prep and do a couple days at a time. If you overcook it, it's just gonna get really shitty by the next day you have to eat it. So you can have it good and still have it juicy by day 3 or so like that if you cook it to the right temperature and don't fucking blast it. If it reaches to a temperature that it actually starts all separating and being fibrous muscle, it's done. Made the turn on the chicken. Let the other side get a little bit of char on it, and then I'm gonna move it off the heat. Also, remember it's terribly important when you're using tongs to click them to make sure you know they still work. Move on to sauteing vegetables. Really just gonna do some butter and some lemon pepper. Lemon prepper, son. So chicken's been pulled off the heat, and that way it can actually reach the temperature I want without burning the outside of it. What are you doing? What type of shit? Nice. I run a tight ship around here. Basically do what we can to make healthy foods taste better, and you do that with sauces. I don't follow really sodium stuff because who fucking cares. So, sauce is on everything, sizzling away. Boom. Saw that flipping? I flip stuff. And that is done chicken. So off the grill, sitting to the thing.
No